Good morning, my lovelies. Welcome back. So in today's episode, we are going to talk about Mercury retrograde because, yep, it is that time of the year again. Mercury is about to station retrograde. What does it mean for your sign? Well, I will tell you. But before we get to each rising sign, we are going to look at where Mercury is stationing retrograde and how far back Mercury is going to retrograde. Well, first of all, Mercury stations retrograde on the 4th or 5th of August. It depends on where you are in the world. If you are in the US, it's going to be the 4th. If you are in Europe and Australia, it is going to be the 5th of August. Then Mercury will be in retrograde until the 29th or the 28th. If you are in the States, it's going to be the 28th. If you are in Europe, Australia, Asia, it's going to be the 29th. Now, Mercury stations at 4 degrees of Virgo, one of his home signs. Then it retrogrades back to 21 degrees of Leo. So if you have any planets or points in 4 degrees or 4, 5 degrees, maybe also 3 degrees of Virgo, and then 20, 21, 22 degrees of Leo, this Mercury retrograde will most likely affect you on a deeper level, especially if you have the sun involved, the moon involved, the ascendant involved, also Venus and obviously Mercury and Mars. There are 2 key dates during this retrograde. The first one is August 7th. That's when Mercury conjuncts Venus, transiting Venus. So this is going to be an important time where we most likely have conversations or think about our relationships, but also, and even more importantly, about our values and how they are represented in the relationship we are in, or how we want them to be represented in a future relationship. So worth and value is going to be a big topic for us individually, but probably also collectively. Then August 18th, 19th, very big days. Not just because of what I'm about to tell you, also because Saturn is squaring Jupiter, but that is for a separate video. I'm gonna do a whole video on that topic because this is big. This is really, really big. So we park this here and we'll pick it up again in another video, probably in a video next week. Now, on the 18th and 19th, besides the square that we are going to experience, we also have Mercury 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐼 squaring Uranus. So it's the middle of August is going to be super intense again. That Mercury 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐼 will really give us a good view into the deeper layers of what is true for us. Also, what truly lights us up. Mercury 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐼 is always a light bulb moment. That's what I call it. We get an insight into our own psyche, and if we utilize that, we can really take it and run with it and do something with it, right? Just use it either in our profession, our relationships, our day-to-day routines, health, whatever, depending on where this retrograde falls for you. We'll get into this in a minute when we talk about the signs. Now, what I think is going to be the it factor here is the square to Uranus, because the square to Uranus says liberation, right? This insight, whatever insight whatever is revealed to you, maybe through a conversation, maybe just through that light bulb moment that you have when you wake up, or when you take a walk, or when you see a sign, or when you listen to the radio, when you watch a series, something comes up for you. That insight can then help you to liberate, but that liberation will probably come with a bit of a a shock, shall we say. It doesn't have to be a shock that, you know, knocks you out, but it's gonna be a little shock where you're like, oh my God, that kind of shock. And we probably will feel this on a collective level as well. Now, this retrograde is first in earth, then in fire. Still though, I don't think this is going to be the most intense Mercury retrograde we've ever experienced, but you know, we will get the chance to get into the nitty-gritty a little bit and dissect it a little more, right? Mercury in Virgo likes to dissect things intellectually, but also then how can we apply it in the physical, in, you know, because we're talking about an earth sign here. How can we do something with it that actually then serves us or the people around us? Virgo is the sign of service. So how is the thing that we uncover, recover, reset, review, rejuvenate, how is that then serving us? And then the bigger part of the retrograde is going to be in Leo. And what is Leo? Well, Leo is that fire within us that propels us forward. It's our creative self-expression. And that excites me very much, that Mercury gets to work on that on a deeper layer. Also, Mercury 𝐂𝐍𝐶𝑍𝐵 is going to be in Leo. Mercury 𝐂𝐶𝐍𝐶𝑍𝐵 is going to be in 26 degrees of Leo. So Mercury is going to meet the sun in Leo, and that is really us realizing something related to our creativity, creative self-expression, what lights us up, you know, what propels us forward, how to shine as ourselves in the world. So it's going to be an exciting retrograde. What can add, like I said, what I said earlier, what can add to this retrograde is that Jupiter-Saturn square, right? That coming together can make this retrograde a little more intense, but not because of the retrograde, but because Saturn is squaring Jupiter at the same time. So there is a lot of, like, you know, there are worlds that are colliding during this time. So that can make this retrograde feel a little more intense. Now let's get into the signs. Aries and Aries Rising, for you, this retrograde is going to fall into the 6th house and the 5th house. Mercury is going to retrograde from the 6th to the 5th. So we are talking day-to-day routines, health, what you need to shift and change in this area. To then, in the 5th house, be more yourself, become more of who you are, let your light shine through. The 5th house is the house of creative self-expression. It's also the house of children, so your children, if you have some, could be a topic here. Also, what you do for fun, right? This is, maybe you're reviewing this area, maybe you're looking into making your hobby a profession. How can you do this? What you need to review, rejuvenate, revive, reset, regenerate, what needs to be done in this area so you can maybe have more fun and make your, you know, your hobby your profession. It's also the house of the entrepreneur, right? This is an entrepreneurial spirits shining through. So that 𝐂𝐍𝐶𝑍𝐵 period specifically is going to fall into your 5th house. So I think maybe you have a light bulb moment when it comes to how to show up as yourself in the world. And then also how can you utilize your creative self-expression out there in the world. Maybe not just as a hobby, but as a business. Then Taurus and Taurus Rising, for you, we're talking about the 5th and the 4th house. Now, this is your creative self-expression, who you are in this world, who you show up as. This could also relate to your children, of course. And then how is this all affecting your personal life, your home, where you live, and possibly your mother, right? This can relate to your mother as well. I actually have someone in my family that is a Taurus Rising, and the topic of the mother, the home of the mother, what needs to be done with the home of the mother, that is starting to become a topic. And I can see this being a really, really big topic in August. And maybe that person is going to have a light bulb moment when it comes to the home of the mother. Then for Gemini Rising, for you, we're talking 4th house and 3rd house. Now we're talking personal life, possibly your mother, your family home, where you live and how you live there, and then your immediate surrounding, your neighborhood, your immediate family, aunts, uncles, siblings, but also early life education and maybe re-education. Maybe the light bulb moment for you is going to be in the area of re-education, or in the area of, do I want to live in this neighborhood? Do I want to be part of the social circle that I've been part of? Do I want to be part of a different social circle? What do I have to do? What needs to be reset in this area for me? What do I have to reset? Then Cancer Rising, for you, we are talking about the 3rd and the 2nd house. So social circle, social life, your immediate surrounding, where you live, your neighborhood, your neighbors, your siblings, your aunts, your uncles, your immediate family. Re-education can also be a topic. And then that light bulb moment will show up in the area of worth and value, re-evaluation of your worth and values. Looking into all of this on a deeper level, and also maybe understanding how that also relates to the valuables, the things you own. Money can be a big topic here. What you do, what's your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? How do you make money? How do you want to make money in the future? This could all be a really, really big topic for you during this time of the 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍 stage, which is on, we talked about that earlier, the 18th and the 19th. Leo Rising, for you, we are talking 2nd house and of course 1st house subjects and topics. So worth and value, re-evaluation of your values, your why are you doing what you're doing, and money, right? Money is probably also going to be a topic, but the 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍 period is going to be in your 1st house, which means your persona, your identity, your direction in life is going to undergo a rejuvenation, re-evaluation, a reset. Maybe you're stripping off another layer and you're going to show up as a new version self, right? Not as a completely new person, but as a new version of yourself. So I think it's going to be a bigger topic for you this retrograde. It's going to be bigger for you than for the other signs. However, especially if you have points and planets, or points and planets in 20, 21 and 22 degrees, and I have someone very close to me that has the sun there and the North Node. So I can see that that this is going to be a big retrograde for that person. They also have tons of planets in Virgo. So both, the retrograde is moving through Virgo and Leo. So I think this is going to be a pivotal time for that person. Then Virgo Rising, for you, this is going to be a retrograde in the 1st and the 12th house. So we're also talking about shifts and changes in your direction, but also who you show up as, your persona, your identity. I think you've been chipping away on that for a while now, right? You've been going through quite a big shift in first values and then identity, right? Because through shifting and changing your values, you then are going to also change your identity. You're showing up as the next version self. And I think during this retrograde, you might have a light bulb moment when it comes to your spiritual understanding of life. that then also leads to shifts and changes in your physical reality. So maybe you're retreating for a little bit. Maybe you're going on holiday in August, and maybe this is going to be a holiday where, you know, the light goes on, the light turns on, and you see things that you haven't seen before, and you're like, why am I not doing this? You know, could be a bit of a dot connector for you, this period, like where you know, there have been a lot of moving parts, but somehow you haven't really brought all of them together, and that light bulb moment just connects everything. All the dots are connected, and you're like, oh my God, now I can move forward differently. Then Libra and Libra Rising, for you, we're talking about the 12th and the 11th house. So spiritual understanding of life, your spiritual life, your spiritual identity, the way you spiritually understand your life. And then the light bulb moment, though, will come in your 11th house. And the 11th house is legacy, right? Legacy, but also the community we move in, the circles we move in, the people we surround ourselves with by choice, our friends, our friendship circle. There could be a light bulb moment in this area for you where you have realizations. Maybe you realize, well, I need a new friendship circle, or maybe you have moved into a new friendship circle and now you understand why that happened and what that actually gives you and how that helps you. You might not even realize and fully understand until we are way out and far away from this retrograde, right? Maybe at the end of September, you all of a sudden realize, oh my God, this thing that happened in August, that just like created some sort of domino effect. And then once you get fully out of this retrograde, you realize that this helped you to, I don't know, maybe start a new job. Maybe through the new friendship circle, it helps you to, you know, find a new job, get a new job, start a new business. That then contributes to building your legacy. But I think this will have to do with friendships to some level, on some level. Then Scorpio Rising, for you, this is going to show up in the 11th and the 12th house. So we are talking your life's work, really. This is going to be a time where you will think a lot about your legacy, the life that you live, and what you have been building so far, where you're at. And the light bulb moment will show up in your 10th house. Remember, this is the highest point in the chart. And I think for you, like for Leos as well, for you, this is going to be a bigger retrograde because you will ask the bigger questions during this retrograde. Where am I? Am I living as me, or am I living as some version of me that I don't recognize anymore? This could be a big up-level moment for you, August in general. Also, what I could see here for you is dealing with family to a degree, because remember the 10th house is opposing the 4th house. Dealing with family, dealing with what family means and how family fits into your bigger picture purpose work than in the 10th house. Remember also the 10th house is contracts, so maybe you are going to sign some contracts, even though we're trying to refrain from signing contracts, but maybe contracts are going to be given to you during this time and you get to review the contracts. Also, this could be a contract, and maybe you're thinking about a completely different kind of contract, like marriage, right? This could also be a topic here. I know we always look at our vocation and our profession when we look at the 10th house, but part of our purpose can also be marriage, the purpose of marriage and building a family life. So I think this could very well be a bigger retrograde for you. Now, Sagittarius Rising, for you, we are talking 9th house, 10th house. So also your purpose work is probably going to be under review, but also the way you venture through life, adventure, but also beliefs, belief system. What do you believe? Are your beliefs, or did you take those beliefs on? This is like a big review. And that 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐎 period could give you deeper insights into your beliefs, understanding your beliefs, and maybe realizing, well, some of those beliefs might have to be reviewed and reset to help me move closer to my goals. Maybe there are some beliefs that I have that hold me back in life. So I think it's going to be a very interesting period for you, that 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐎 period. Then Capricorn Rising, for you, we are talking 8th house, 9th house. This could be a very intense time in terms of going down the rabbit hole, doing deeper work, going through deeper layers. This can also relate to the finances of your partner. There might be some changes in this area. Maybe, maybe also the taxman is knocking on the door during this time, and you might have to pay some taxes that you did not expect. An inheritance could be something that comes up during that time. Might not be your inheritance, but maybe your partner's inheritance, or there is it's going to be a topic that is going to be discussed. But I think you will also be able to release a lot of unconscious stuff that you've been carrying with you for a long time during this 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐎 period. And this might, like I said, be unconscious. You might not have realized, but you're going to cast the burden. You release stuff that made you feel heavy. You haven't really ever understood what it was, but maybe you didn't need to. Sometimes we don't have to understand every single little detail in what is happening unconsciously. Sometimes we just need to understand that we gotta keep walking, we gotta keep growing, we gotta keep learning, and certain things will fall away when we learn new things. It's not the case for everything, don't misunderstand, but sometimes when we learn new things, stuff that we don't need anymore will fall off. And I think this is going to be a period for you where that is going to happen. Then Aquarius Rising, for you, we're talking 7th house, 8th house. So you might also deal with money stuff right now. Money stuff may come up, maybe tax stuff that you have kind of put off that you didn't want to deal with. You might realize, well, I gotta deal with it now. Then also maybe your partner, if you have a partner, has to deal with money. Maybe there is money coming in, maybe there's a lot of money coming out. Inheritance could be a topic here as well. But then I think all of this relates to deeper transformational potential that is underway for you. And this retrograde is going to help you to move stuff out of the way. It was dead weight that you've been carrying with you. You're gonna let it go. The 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐎 period falls into your 7th house, so I think here we are talking relationships. This can be the relationship with your partner, but it can also be a relationship with a close friend, like a person very close to you. There will be a light bulb moment in this area. Maybe you have a conversation with someone that makes you go, oh, that's why I have to shift and change here in my relationship. Maybe it is a conversation with your partner that you're having that will help you move forward as a couple or separate. Of course, that can also be a manifestation of this. Of course, that's not going to happen for everyone, but there will be a transformation and a reset in this area, right? There's going to be a reset in the 7th house in the area of your one-on-one relationships. Then Pisces Rising, we are talking 6th house, 7th house for you as well. Now, you've probably been chipping away on relationship stuff for quite a while. And now this retrograde is going to help you to move through the last layers here, where you were kind of like going back and forth with what am I going to do? Shall I do this? Shall I not do this? This can relate to your romantic relationship, but it doesn't have to, right? This can also relate to a close one-on-one relationship that you have, where something needs to be reset in this area. You need to reset this relationship, and it needs to be rejuvenated, renewed. The light bulb moment for you will be more about your health and your day-to-day routine, the way you spend your day. It might get really busy after this this 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐎 period, right? This 𝐂𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐎 period might bring up something, might help you change and shift something that gets you really busy after the retrograde, or after the 𝐂𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐎 period, and possibly then after the retrograde, because I think the light bulb moment might come, but maybe the shift and change will not come until we are out of this retrograde. But I would urge you to really look at also your health and how you can not just improve it, but just, keep taking care of yourself really, 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 really well. So if you have any questions about this retrograde, feel free to ask. If you have any other questions, you can, of course, always send me a message or leave a comment. If you want a personal reading, feel free to book it by clicking on the link in the description box. And yeah, anything else, I'm here for you. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful retrograde, and I will see you in the next video.